Hello. Today we talk about Blackthorn payment gateways. These can be used in our payments app as well as events and storefront. Here's our snazzy, somewhat pointless slide. Now, to start, I'm going to show you our supported gateways. And just for clarity, the gateway, lack of better terms, is the technology API that we're interacting with. The processor that sits behind the gateway is what actually does the clearing with your card or bank account. Stripe is a bit unique because they combine the two of these above. Below here, what I've listed is payment methods. So you could pay by Apple Pay, which goes via Stripe and they're the processor, or Bax, Bank Contact, EPS, GiroPay. A lot of these are in Europe if you are tuning in from the US and haven't heard of them. Then there's also Authorize.net, which a lot of people are familiar with. You may not be familiar with. Visa has bought them and now it doesn't do anything to the API. So if you're considering moving to Authorize.net, it would not be my suggestion. There's other ones that have more modern API callouts, but if you have them, they're perfectly fine. And they support all of the processors that are below here. So we support all of these processors. If you're using our events checkout and you're in higher education, you're probably familiar with TouchNet and CashNet, even though both of these have new names. Those also work in our storefront application. Then we support CyberSource, which is via Spreedly. Now, Spreedly is a bit unique. They're an aggregator, and sometimes they're an aggregator of aggregators. So for example, you can go from Spreedly through CyberSource, and then through CyberSource, you can support all of CyberSource's processors, which is a very long list that I don't have here. But our customers of Spreedly have used the following processors and gateways, and you can see those here: Braintree, Card Connect, Elevon, etc. If you're curious of what the different processor lists are, Authorize.net has theirs posted here. There's not a whole heck of a lot of them. Spreedly has really a lot of them. So you can see these are all the gateways and processors. These typically don't magically work with our app without doing one or two things, because gateways or processors tend to have one or two unique fields, but our customers are currently using these gateways and or processors with our Spreedly account. So we know these all work for doing charges. In our application, you go to making a new payment gateway and you give it a name. Doesn't really matter what it is, but then you select your provider. And once you have your provider, then, for example, if it's Stripe, you can do your connect to gateway. If it's Spreedly that you set and you say connect your Spreedly gateway, on the next page, what you'll see is all of our gateways that are listed here. So you would pick one of them, and then you go to fill out your information. Everyone's familiar with the MID, the merchant ID. And for these other setup things, then we can help you figure out what these keys are, and it's rather simple. So happy processing.